Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had two directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Hey everyone, checking in on YELP GWPH PCLN and Tesla, leaving NVDA out of this video as I'm about to do a semiconductor video with MU, AMD, and NVA. So check that out if that's what you're interested in. So YELP here on the daily and the weekly time frame, we did close above that middle Bollinger Band, and we did get a higher high just by a few pennies compared to Thursday. So the bulls are still holding on to try and break this trend and see an oversold bounce play out. So we have our higher low. We have the low of 32.97, higher low of 33.17, but we still have a lower high unless we can break 34.88. So we came within 10 cents on Friday, still unable to break that level. The middle Bollinger Band support now, so that's out of the way in terms of resistance. If we break 34.88, we are going to be looking up at the 200-day moving average resistance, which early next week will be in the upper 35.40s. So the bulls are still holding on here, and we can see on the weekly time frame it is a bullish reversal candlestick, a little bit of a green Maribozu, showing the bulls in control for the entirety of the week, holding the 50-week moving average support of 33.26. But we need to break this lower high pattern on the weekly time frame and see follow through and confirmation of this candlestick. So it's all about breaking 34.88 and seeing some further upside next week. GWPH, bulls buying the dip on Friday after a bit of a setback in the sense that the bulls were hoping that 126 was going to be the higher low, at a lower high, and then now a lower low. But as long as it's a higher low compared to 120.39, the bulls control this daily time frame with clear higher lows. So 130.39, I might have just said 29, but it's 130.39. Higher low now, 122.79. And this is a bullish reversal hammer. We need to see a green day on Monday to confirm it and to be looking to continue to the upside. The weekly time frame still strong. We can see a lot of back and forth. This upper Bollinger Band resistance has been tough. It needs to continue ascending to the upside to create room for the bulls. And this middle Bollinger Band is going to begin ascending again as well. And the bulls want to continue to hold that level to continue to stay in control on the weekly time frame. So we did see a spike last week on that little news. And that just shows you the power of what a little volume can do here on GWPH. It's pretty thinly traded. And that news, which was a non-news event, as soon as I read the details of that press release, but 136.95 was the high that we got to, and the all-time high, that was less than $1 from the all-time high. So if a non-news event can trigger a $5 plus move to the upside just because we see some algos kick in and a little bit of panic to get some shares, just imagine when some bullish news really hits that has some meaning behind it. We're going to see new all-time highs, in my opinion, on GWPH. And we've been looking at GWPH. I did my initial video, I believe, back in May, and we were looking for new all-time highs, and it certainly has played out. So still looking for continuation of the bulls to remain in control of GWPH long-term. PCLN, new all-time high 3 days in a row now. Bulls still very strong, and that level is up at 1759. Then we're looking at 1760, 65, 70. Psychological resistances on the way up. But the bulls are showing strength. A little bit of some indecision here on Friday, which favors the bears in the short term just because when you're at the top of an uptrend, some indecision does show the potential for the bulls to be tiring. And the weekly time frame, though, is very strong with the back test and hold of the upper Bollinger Band. And you can see every time we've closed above the upper Bollinger Band here, we've seen consolidation following it. Not the case this time. That shows the bulls have continued strength. As long as that weekly upper Bollinger Band remains control, the bulls are in blue sky breakout mode and really enjoying the way these charts are looking going forward. Tesla, the bears are still in control. Still weak, so we've got support of 243, a double low Thursday and Friday. After 243 is 242.01, and then I'm looking at a gap of 239.71. So bulls are barely clinging on to support, But what this has here is a weak close on the weekly time frame. We're looking for the bearish TCG cross of the 4-period exponential over the 8-period to the downside. And again, if we break that 242.01 level, we're going to see another leg to the downside. And the bears ideally want to see a spike in volume on weakness to show that they have momentum to the downside. So the daily time frame, the bulls are going to have to break 253.89 to break this lower high pattern. We have lower highs and lower lows now for the past 3 weeks. And bulls have to break 253.89 to change that. They need a $10 move to the upside, which is about 4% from here. So close at the low, 243 key support early next week, and we will see if we get continuation to the downside on this weekly time frame, as the bears are currently in control of the short term. So I appreciate you watching. We'll continue to check back in on all these names. Keep an eye on YELP. If the bulls are able to break that 34.88 level, we should see some further short-term upside going forward next week. Thanks for checking in. Have a great rest of your weekend. See you soon.